Oh god, the rain is here. I've been in the rain all day. It's not going to be a particularly glamorous video, I can tell you. I don't know if you've been up here before. Top of Tower Hill, there's this like funny looking sundial with all sorts of like imagery. It's like a chronology around it. This is funny images. And I was looking at this earlier on thinking, there's got to be some kind of weird images on here, isn't there? Some kind of strange symbol. And I found it. And it's not what you think it might be. I mean, I was walking along here, I was thinking, oh, this is weird, like all the rats leaving the ship, it's Brexit, is it? I don't know. The skulls, I was thinking, oh, there you go, there's a symbol of the Brotherhood, but actually it's a symbol of the Black Death, the plague or whatever. Now the symbol is a little bit different to what you might expect. Where is it? Here it is. Can you see it? 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 What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Weird, isn't it? So I'm basically just trying to get this video done before it starts pouring down with rain, and I'm going to go off to into the city because the city is relevant for today's video. Hey, this is quite interesting actually. Sculpture in the city. I'm sure some of these are probably worth checking out because they're bound to be real weird shit. I mean, the one that's here, Fenchurch Place, Synapsid. You know, just try and conjure in your head what it might look like, okay? Synapsid. Delivered by all of these beautiful and only slightly occultic companies like Tower 42. You ready? Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh god, that's horrible. It's very, very ugly. Oh god, it's actually starting to rain properly now. We have to just really do this video really quick. So, the main news today, if you haven't heard already, is that they are extending the Brexit period for a few more years, like 2022 apparently, is when the end of the Brexit process is now going to take place. That's if it even happens at all, of course. It does, of course, extend the period by which the people-led army of Tony Blair can stop it from happening. They've been talking about it in the news today as well, like, it's really odd in a way. Oh god, it's getting so wet. Really odd in a way. They talk about how the Conservative government are trying to get away with secret news. They're trying to bury bad news, is what they said. And they're saying that there's all these like particular clauses that they're trying to hide away, which they don't want anybody to know about. And it's like secret hidden news, except every single newspaper is talking about it. So how the hell is that hidden news? Every single newspaper is talking about it. And it's basically like things like, apparently they're trying to hush up the fact that the crime statistics are rising and the police numbers are falling and the army numbers are falling. They're trying to hide it all. They're not really trying to hide it all in any way. In fact, the real news from today is the actual news that is hidden. By announcing the news, they have not announced the news. And, well, I'm going to go a little bit further into the city and I'll tell you about it. Oh, found some dry, except it's not really that dry. The news, I mean, we talked about it like in a previous video, but like Tony Blair has said things like, the damage to the economy is so bad, we need to reverse the Brexit process. Now, I was thinking about that today, and of course, one of the big news stories is that like inflation is up, and interest rates are also up. So inflation is going up, interest rates are going up. And this is apparently bad news. This is what we don't want to hear, apparently. Except, if you think about it very, very carefully, I don't know where the hell I'm going. looking for somewhere sort of dry to go. If you think about it very, very carefully, there is a group of people who actually benefit when inflation goes up and interest rates go up. And of course, it is the bank, and particularly the City of London. So in terms of like, oh no, Brexit is so bad for everybody. No, Brexit is not bad for everybody, because financial turmoil and the raising of interest rates and this sort of plague of inflation is something that really, really benefits the city. Oh my God, where does this go? Ew. It's really actually not too bad. A bit weird, but it's like, I don't know. Please do not climb, it says. Please do not climb. There is a whole meme actually, like, that the country is falling apart and things have never been worse and all that kind of stuff. I was even reading a news article this morning that was talking about how Britain is becoming like a third world nation. That's how bad the business is in Britain. That they were saying that like Wales is one of the only countries in the world not to have any electrical railway system. They name the other countries that also don't have electric railway systems, and they're like, oh my God, Wales is like, God, it's literally like, what's wrong with this country? Maybe Brexit is the wrong answer. We're becoming like a third world nation. What the fuck is going on? In actual fact, when you really, really think about that, it's completely fake news, because Wales not having an electrical railway system is not a bad thing. The reason Wales does not have an electrical railway system is because Wales is a place that is filled with natural beauty, and they do not want to put in like massive electricity pylons all the way over the countryside just to feed an electrical railway system. Like, why would they do that? When they say like Wales doesn't have any electrical railway systems, all other countries do, well, they're ignoring the statistics, which is like the vast majority of the world's railway systems is diesel trains on non-electrified tracks. Of course, every country, just about every country has also electrified tracks. Wales doesn't, because it doesn't need them. So it's not like becoming a third world nation. It's hardly changed at all. It's still an area of outstanding natural beauty because it doesn't have an electrical railway system. But that's how fake news works. That's how the public mind is steered on a daily basis with these radicalized newspapers, which I think actually, since the time of Edward Snowden, the newspapers started to realize, or at least the mainstream media started to realize, that actually the way that you make money out of news, you get people to click on stuff, is that you make it sound sort of exciting, like a mystery, or like somebody's done a crime, or it's some kind of knowledge that nobody else knows, in the sort of like just sort of mainstreaming of conspiracy theory in the newspapers. Like, essentially what they're really getting off now, all of the newfound conspiracy theorists, as in the lefty radicals who have sort of woken up, they are, well, what they've woken up to is they think the conspiracy is completely concentrated within the Tory party, and they think that if you just change the leader, then you basically end the conspiracy. But of course that is not true. Changed Prime Minister, even to Jeremy Corbyn, the conspiracy en masse of basically like encaptured tax slave servitude is going to continue. And that the main, in the way I see it anyway, the main bad thing that's going on is in fact the captured tax slaves, and how people can't get out of it, and how all money eventually goes back to the people who issue it with interest and all that, as I'm sure you are well aware. And so it doesn't matter if the economy is bad, the city still benefits, the City of London. It's sort of like a massive, magical, invisible elephant in the living room. The real news today, when they say inflation is up and interest rates are up, the main news they're not really telling you and explaining to you is that Britain, the country, the state, is having difficulty basically competing with a feral, ancient, corporate, private body which is invisible in our living room. The City of London is the thing that is feeding off all the chaos and that needs wars and needs fluctuation in commodity prices, needs oil crashes every now and again, needs housing crashes every now and again. They feed off the death and the chaos. And, well, you know my opinion about the City of London. I think it should be dug up and replaced with a duck pond. You know, it'd be quite nice.